So good morning again. Welcome to our high school mentor session. Again, apologize for the pounding. They're reciting my building today. Couple of quick announcements, and I'll go over these again at the end in case we have anyone else join us. But as you know, attending a session or presenting at a session gets you extra credit in the class of your choice. So after the session, please wait till the session is over, but after the session, we will, trying to do two things at once. And I think I just sent a chat to everyone and said, yep, that was supposed to just go to Alyssa. Okay, anyway, sorry. After the session today, email whichever teacher you would like to receive your extra credit from and let them know that you attended today's high school mentor session and you would like extra credit in their class. The point value is up to that teacher, but all teachers have agreed to have that option. So again, I'll review that at the end, but email directly to the teacher you're asking for the extra credit in. That's going to be the best way for us to keep track of that. One last announcement quick, our next high school mentor session will be Wednesday, March 15th at 10 a.m. That is right before spring break. So I know it might be a busy time for us as we wrap up Q3, but it also might be a good time to get some extra credit if you're looking for that in a particular class. So go ahead and mark your calendars for Wednesday, March 15th at 10 a.m. Now, quick note, or quick suggestion, if any of you have any suggestions for a high school session, mentor session, or if you'd like to volunteer for a session, please let me know. If there's something you want to hear people present on, if there's something you think you would be good at presenting on, if there's something that you have particular questions on, let me know and we can make that happen. I don't have an idea yet for the next session, so I'm completely open. Okay? Zach, you cannot email all your teachers and ask for extra credit. We have a Google Doc that we share. Once extra credit's been used in one class, that teacher will mark it off. Thanks for checking, though. All right, awesome. So that is all I have. I'll review those quick announcements at the end of the session as well. But again, please think of some questions throughout the presentation. I think that student-to-student feedback is one of the most valuable things we offer, one of the most valuable pieces of this session. And with that, I'll turn it over to Alyssa and Kira, our presenters. If you girls wouldn't mind taking a few minutes to introduce yourself, what grade you're in, and how long you've been with Branson, just to give us a little bit of background before we jump in. Over to you two. Alyssa or Kira, one of you guys want to get started?
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Kira McCone. I'm in 10th grade, and I have been with Branson since kindergarten, so about 10 years.
And I'm Alyssa Ford. I'm in 10th grade as well. And I've been with Branson for approximately 8 years. I haven't been paying attention, but I know that I've been here for a very long time.
Go ahead and get started on the slideshow, girls.
All right. Alyssa, you might want to close your chat box.
Yeah. Wait,
That's weird that that's showing up for you, Alyssa.
Yeah.
That doesn't normally do that. Maybe should I try making Kira the presenter and see if her screen cooperates a little bit better?
Yeah, let's see if that works.
Okay. Kira, it should be coming over to you.
You pull it up over on my end.
Alright, and there's an option to make it full screen so that way it doesn't show the box when you put it in the...
Yeah, I've never seen it show the box like that. That's weird. I don't know why it was doing that.
Okay, just give me a minute.
You bet.
I already had it open.
Ah, yes. And now I figure out how to get the box to go away. Oh well.
No worries, this happens. Not a big deal.
Hmm. Odd.
Do this.
Well, I'm in Oklahoma, so the internet can be a bit slow at times.
Well, if you want, I figured out how to minimize the box, and we can see if that works if this won't load.
Yeah, let's turn it back over to you.
Okay, Alyssa, it's coming back to you.
Okay. Is it still showing up?
Oh, yes, it is.
Alright. Of course. Wait, let me just...
I can pull it up on my screen. Do you want me to do that? And then I can just click through and you guys can look at my screen?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's loaded on my screen now.
Here, I've got good internet though. Give me a minute. I'll pull it up. And we'll use my screen and I'll just click through as you guys request. How about that?
Technical difficulties.
It happens. That is totally
Sorry,
fine.
everyone.
All right, I'm going to show my screen. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Oh. Here we go.
No, not yet. Ah, now.
Alright. And we have animations.
Okay,
so
I'll just click through and then you tell me if I'm going too fast or too slow.
Right, and there's one that pops up on top of the words.
Okay.
And that one is in Ask for Help, I do believe, so don't click anything until we're done reading that one.
You got it. All right, take it away, girls.
Schedule is our first topic. Every Monday you should always, always, always create a checklist or scheduler of some sort. As you advance through the grades, teachers become stricter about work being turned in on time. Any concurrent enrollment student, a student taking college courses in high school, such as myself, will tell you that in college, if you miss an assignment, you miss it. One good strategy is to open your class schedules and write down what is due that week. Then divide it up into what you want to do each day. If for some reason you do slip up and forget to do an assignment on time, do it anyway. As the old saying goes, better late than never.
Checklists. And I personally use these. This is a big tip because checklists will help you a lot. If you have your schedule for the week, it is very helpful, however, making a day-to-day checklist on that will keep track on making sure you don't miss your assignments. Checklists also help you feel fulfilled and motivated. When you put a line through a task, it makes you feel like you've accomplished something in a professional manner and will make you feel good about your day. Something as simple as putting attend meeting on your checklist is a good thing to write down, and once you see everything marked off, you will get a sense of achievement.
Stay organized. It is always a good idea to have an organized system for your workspace. Have a holder for notes from every class and be sure to use them. Holders for supplies like pencils, erasers, staplers, and such are also important. I have a lamp with a large base that has cubbies built into it that I use. along with a pencil box that I keep extra supplies in. Remember to keep tabs in a big notebook for each class separately, or a different smaller notebook per class. Binders are very good for organization as well. It is a good idea to clean up every day, but it should be done at least once a week. A cluttered workspace can lead to a cluttered mind.
Enjoy what you're learning. One of the most important things is to enjoy what you learn. The more interest you have, the easier it is to put proper effort into your work. Plus, there is the benefit of enjoying what you are doing. School can become a treat instead of a chore. Middle schoolers can take poetry, piano, Spanish, book publishing, and many other extra classes. Branson offers many exciting high school courses such as forensic science, criminology, creative writing, personal economics, web design and video game design, and more. There is something for everyone at Branson, so there is no reason not to enjoy middle and high school.
Can't hear anyone right now. Is someone doing the Ask for Help slide?
Ask for help. If some instructions in your class do not make sense, don't be afraid to email your teacher and ask for clarification. This will make sure you do not end up completing the assignment incorrectly or future assignments, since many classes build on themselves. In addition, if you ever need help with your work or don't understand your lessons, then never hesitate to email your teacher or ask a parent or guardian for help with it. If you aren't sure about what you are learning but still try to move on without asking for any help, then you will continue to be confused with your lessons and your grades can be affected.
Care about your grades. It is crucial that you have an idea of what your grades are in your classes and have the motivation to improve them. That way you know what classes you need to put more effort into. If you pay attention to why you get the grades you do, you can fix your weaknesses and maintain your strengths. Again, ask for help on what you are struggling with and apply yourself fully to every assignment. If you do this, there is nothing to stop you from getting straight A's every quarter. This ties into ask for help as well. If you can see that a grade in your class is low, you know to ask for help in that class. Just be sure to keep an eye on these things and do the best that you can to your abilities.
Don't let school take over your life. It is important to have a life outside of school. It allows you to have a chance to let your brain take a break and enjoy your life. School doesn't have the ability to get stressful and overwhelming if you only focus on it and nothing else. So, monitor the time you spend learning as well as practicing hobbies. It can be something as simple as reading a book, going outside to enjoy the weather, or spending time on the internet. As long as you make sure your work gets done, then always allow yourself a bit of free time to regroup and relax. Just as well, if you know that it will not interrupt your studies and you've checked with parents and guardians to be sure, make a playlist of music to loop while studying. For some people, if you listen to the same music while studying that you do during the test, you can focus and recall your lessons easier.
Any questions?
Thanks, girls. Questions, you can either, if you want to just raise your hand, I can unmute you. Sometimes that's easiest. Or you're welcome to type them in the questions box. I'm the only one who sees the questions box, and then I can pass along the question. They are literally pounding right outside my window right now. I so apologize for that. So go ahead and send your questions my way. Again, if I see a raised hand, I'll just automatically unmute you. If you prefer to type your question, type it. You can type it in the box and I'll pass it along. I did have a couple questions too. First of all, thank you girls very much for presenting. This is probably my 7th or 8th session, and you had some good new points in there. So this question is kind of for both of you. You can each answer separately, but you are by far my most veteran presenters. You're the only two I've had who've been with me for this long. What would you say you've picked up on as your biggest tip throughout the years you've been here? So, for Kira, you've been here since kindergarten. Obviously, things change from kindergarten, but what would you say is what was a big aha moment for you that others might not have had yet in their, if they're new to Branson?
You definitely need to care about your grades and care about learning. If you don't have the motivation to learn or care about your grades, you aren't going to do well.
Awesome. Good advice. How about you, Alyssa? Did you have any kind of moments like that or any big tips to pass along that way?
Well, for me, I used to have bad issues with algebra, and it would get to the point where I was up until 3 in the morning and I was just sitting here staring at my screen having a mental breakdown. And you can't do that to yourself or it's just never going to be good. And even if it gets to a point where you put off an assignment and you know that it's going to be found out that you've put off that assignment until the last minute and you're having struggles, you still need to ask somebody for help if you don't know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're just going to hate everything about what you're doing.
Awesome. Great advice. Another question, and I've asked this of all my mentors so far, and this is something that as a teacher, I don't have experience in specifically creating and following a schedule of my own. Obviously, I'm a math teacher. I don't have to worry about other classes and balancing act. We usually tell our students, especially new students, you can create a block schedule where you work on one class per day. You can create a mixed schedule where you work on every class every day. But as I'm talking to mentors, I'm seeing or hearing that a lot of students don't actually strictly do one or the other. They do some sort of combination where they might focus on math on Mondays, but if there's a big assignment in English, they might start that too. So it's much more of like a fluid concept. Where would you each say you fall in that schedule creating process? Is it always pretty rigorous, same thing every week, or kind of depending on what the assignments are? How do you kind of approach your schedule that way?
For me, it is definitely very fluid, especially since I travel to Oklahoma a lot. I just can't have a schedule when I'm trying to work ahead. I just do as much as I can and try to fit everything together.
Awesome.
For me,
go ahead.
Sorry. I've tried to do a specific schedule every week, but I can't do that. I start to go insane if it's just the same thing all the time. So depending on what's going on that week, I'll try to do a block schedule, but that can get, a bit to your head if you're doing the same thing every day. So it just kind of depends on, is there a big giant test in this class this week? Does this class have less to do than everywhere else? And then I just do it based on what I feel will help me get done in time for the end of the week and do good.
Awesome. Question just came in. What would you say is your favorite thing about Branson? Either or both of you, Alyssa and Kara.
Well, I personally like how lax it all is. I don't have to spend more time on an assignment than I need, or on school than I need, which allows me to work ahead so I can have fun in Oklahoma or wherever else we're traveling, because my family travels a lot. Plus, I don't have to sit and listen to lectures and then have a bunch of homework to do after that.
Awesome. Alyssa, what would you say is your favorite thing about Branson?
Well, it does kind of depend on how you do with your time, but on the days that you get to work only 4 days a week, it's pretty funny to have Friday off and then be texting my friends and they're all mad at me because they're in public school and they're like, I have work today, how dare you? I do like having the shorter weeks. I also like how flexible it is because we have to travel for my parents' job all over the U.S. And so when it comes to days during the week that I would have to take off, it doesn't really impact me that much because it's a very flexible schedule.
Awesome. Great answers. I too love the 4-day school week. It is one of the good perks of this online school. Awesome. Any other questions, feel free to throw them out. Again, huge thank you to Alyssa and Kira for presenting this week. You did an excellent job. I always appreciate that. So one last time over those announcements, we had a few who came in later. Just for attending today, you do get extra credit in the class of your choice. In order to get that extra credit, you'll need to email the teacher for the class you'd like it in, and then they'll mark off on a spreadsheet that us teachers keep so that we keep track of who's taken their extra credit. Presenters for Kira and Alyssa, you guys also are eligible for that extra credit. Also, our next mentor session will be Wednesday, March 15th at 10 a.m. That is right before the end of quarter 3, and right before our spring break. Might be a good chance for you to pick up a little extra credit if you need it. Please let me know, Mrs. Nedved, if you have any interest in a specific topic or interest in presenting. Presenting is good if you're a National Honor Society to get some volunteer hours with the school. Presenting looks great on on a resume or a scholarship application in the future. So please let me know if you're interested in presenting. I'm out of ideas for right now, so I'm open to whatever anyone's got. A couple questions just came in. Definitely send the email to the teacher you want the extra credit in. Like I said, we've got a Google spreadsheet, so we can all communicate easily. They'll just put in there when you take it. Every time you attend a session, you get the extra credit. Yep. Definitely, Navia. Any type of volunteering always looks good on your resume, on scholarship applications, on college applications. So volunteering to present or volunteering anywhere that you can get in volunteer hours. Not only does it look good, but it's also feels good to spend that time. So again, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate the high attendance this week. Do you have any questions or any feedback? Also, if you ever want to get in touch with a mentor, we've got 2 today. We've had multiple throughout the last semester. If you want to speak specifically with the mentor, just email me and I'll get you guys in touch if they're okay with that. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you to our presenters. Have a great rest of your week, and I apologize for all of the pounding coming on my end. Take care.